I've been using Mounjaro now for around 16 months, and unfortunately for me, over the last 2 weeks, I've had 3 separate bleeds in my left eye. Oh, look at that. Look at the state of that. Horrible. Now, the question is, has this been caused by Mounjaro? Let's look into it, shall we? Over the 16 months of using Mounjaro, I've been one of the lucky ones really. I've not really experienced many or any significant side effects. Mine consisted mainly of thirst, fatigue, morning nausea that was very easily rectified with drinking water. Grumpiness as I went up on my doses, particularly around the 10 milligrams, 12.5 milligrams, that resolved as I went back down on my doses. Headaches, as I've gone on in my journey with my Mounjaro, particularly over the last few months, I was starting to experience some subtle, but it's happening, hair loss, particularly around the front areas there. It was buggering off anyway. I am in my 40s, so it was bound to happen at some point. But also I was having some mild visual disturbances, more on long distance focusing. I found that looking at number plates, they were going a little bit blurry. But as I've reduced my Mounjaro dosage from 10 milligrams down to 7.5, those symptoms have resolved. However, up until around about 2 weeks ago, I experienced these bleeds in my eye. Didn't really think much of it. The first one, it was only quarter of the outer eye, the jelly bit, the white bit of the eye. Didn't really come with pain, there was no visual disturbances, nothing like that. But it was there. Didn't really think much of it. It kind of rectified itself and went away after a few days. But then as soon as it went, it happened again. Now on the second time, it was a lot more, there was a lot more of a bleed into the eye where it was going closer to the centre of the eye where the retina is, which gives you your sight. Didn't go all the way, but it was halfway, I'd say. This came with some mild, moderate kind of aching around my eye, like pressure in the eye, giving me like secondary, like left-sided headaches. But other than that, everything was fine. Now, up until around a few days ago, I then had a full hemorrhage on the outer left eye, which pretty much bled, or which pretty much means the entire outer white part of my eye was flooded with blood, which then took the blood all the way to the centre. Now, it didn't penetrate into the retina or go anywhere near the retina itself. My vision seems okay, but it was enough to worry me. So I did make an appointment with my optician, who was absolutely fantastic. They did a thorough assessment of my eye, gave me some reassurance that my eye is healthy, but there was a vessel that had ruptured in my eye, which tends to, or most commonly caused by like some form of trauma, whether that be me aggressively rubbing my eye, something foreign going into the eye and then causing a little tear into the eye, which then causes the vessel to bleed, or overstraining, for example, like going to the gym, that can do it at times. But I can say with confidence that none of those things have occurred or are, in my opinion, responsible for my eye to bleed in the manner that it has. With some discussion with my optician, but also on self-reflection, I just couldn't fathom why this has been happening. I don't have any history of eye problems. I'm not diabetic. I don't have high blood pressure or high blood sugars, which could potentially damage some of the vessels in the eye or weaken them over time. So I was really scratching my head, really thinking, what on earth could have caused it? Because I've definitely not injured my eye. I've not done anything, nothing's gone in my eye to have caused this. So then I was thinking, well, when I did my Mounjaro side effects video, when I was talking about like some mild like vision disturbances, wonder if anything like that's got anything to do with it. I've never heard of eye bleeds being caused by Mounjaro in the past. So I didn't really think so I didn't really think there would be an association with it. Over the last few days, I've just been having a little read online on potential risks or potential side effects of Mounjaro on your eyes. But as some reports have already been shared, some people have experienced, such as myself, some visual disturbances I believe I believe, don't hold me to it, but I believe that some people have had some retinal detachments, but again, these are probably people who have had like a history of chronic eye conditions in the past anyway. Is it associated with, is it coincidental? Who knows? That information wasn't really provided when looking into it. On reading more around Mounjaro and the risks associated with eye health or visual problems, there was some reports of like patients who are diabetic, who suffer with poor eye health as a result of the diabetes, were at significantly more risk of developing complications with their eyes as a result of the Mounjaro, such as retinal detachment, such as like hemorrhage, such as what I've experienced, and blindness as well. Now, again, none of the information goes too deep into this, nor did I want to fall down a rabbit hole of, you know, severity of things, but there is certainly enough noise being made about it at the moment that there is some link to Mounjaro causing eye problems. It has been somewhat difficult to research though, as although Mounjaro is now widely used across the world and has been used for a while, it's still very much in its infancy stages with regards to understanding the long-term side effects of such a medication. And with the research being somewhat scarce, it's difficult for me, and it will probably be irresponsible for me to say that like the 3 hemorrhages in my eye are directly linked or are caused by my Mounjaro GLP-1 medication. But with me saying that, if there is documented reports of Mounjaro being associated with visual disturbances and weakening of vessels within the eyes, I can't also rule it out as being the cause of my eye injury. So is this a complaint on Mounjaro? Absolutely not. Am I blaming Mounjaro, or am I wanting to proceed legally with regards to this? Absolutely not. It's my decision to use Mounjaro, and if I'm honest with you, it's changed my life for the positive. So why am I broadcasting this? I just want to make people aware, especially people who have a long history or a potential history of eye health issues or vision issues, like long-term uncontrolled diabetes, and you're considering using Mounjaro. I would advise strongly that you have your eyes thoroughly assessed via an eye specialist or optician before using such medications. But not only anyone who's looking at starting Mounjaro, but people who have been on Mounjaro for a long period of time, such as myself. Certainly anyone who's been on Mounjaro for longer than around 6 months, 12 months. It might just be worth you, again, making an appointment with your optician for a thorough eye test. Make sure that everything at the back of the eye is healthy, the vessels in the eye are healthy and functioning as they should, but also that the vision fields within the eye are also working as they should. Now, I am no eye specialist, so I can't really give any more advice on eye health than that, but I do think it's certainly worth you having an assessment just to make sure that there isn't any adverse effects happening within the eye that could become a problem either now or in the future. So at the end of the day, we need our peepers, don't we? We need to be able to see and be able to look at how fantastic that we all look now that we've lost weight. Only joking. No, but seriously, the eyes is probably one, if not the most important part of your senses, in my opinion. I like my eyes, I like seeing things, so I just encourage anyone to go and get their eyes tested. For the sake of 15 minutes, it's peace of mind, it's reassurance, but also it gives you that opportunity to put an action plan in place if there is any form of deterioration or anything occurring with your eyes, with the right specialist advice and guidance. So this video isn't to scare anybody, it's not to put anybody off it, it's not to put anybody off either. If anything, just have to look at my past Mounjaro journey videos. I'm very pro Mounjaro. It's certainly done wonders for my health, for my mental health, and anyone who feels that they would benefit from it, I would always advise that they consider it, but making sure that they are physically safe to use it beforehand. The question, am I still using Mounjaro? Absolutely, yeah I am, but I am in the process of weaning off Mounjaro also. I've achieved my desirable weight, or shall I say a dream weight, a weight that I've never thought in a million years I'll see again in my 40s, but here I am, I'm there. But my aim now is to manage my weight and my health with healthy eating, exercise, and just being a little bit more disciplined really. Still enjoying myself, but within moderation. I'm currently on 7.5 milligrams of Mounjaro, and I'm in the process over the next 2 months to wean down from 7.5 to 5 milligrams, from 5 milligrams to 2.5, and then completely come off. And I'm not really planning on going back on Mounjaro if I can help it. Like I said, a bit of discipline. I'm hoping I can maintain the weight and how I'm feeling in myself. But if it's where I do put on significant weight again, I will definitely consider using it again, but I think it's time for me to have a break. And anybody out there who's been using Mounjaro for more than 12 months and you hit your desirable weight, maybe yourself consider just doing a wean off and come off for a while. You never know, it might just give you a bit of a reset and reduce some of these risks of side effects significantly. Any questions you want to ask me with regards to this, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. If you found the video helpful or useful, please like, share, subscribe. That really helps my channel grow. It helps this video get pushed out further within the algorithm. So anything you can do to help me help others by pushing this out so I can reach the masses, that'll be amazing. Have a little look at my other Mounjaro videos if you're interested. Hopefully you may find them helpful also, give you some inspiration, maybe some advice with regards to something you're struggling with within wherever you are within your journey. Either way, I'll be delighted to have you on board. Keep an eye out for my next Mounjaro video, which is probably going to be my last one, which is going to be my overall journey from starting to finishing my Mounjaro. It's probably like the 4th time I've announced this and I've not done it, but I will be doing it. And in that I'm aiming to talk about everything. All my experiences really, the goods, the bads, the uglies. There wasn't really many of them to be fair, so it might be a bit boring, but who knows. And yeah, just to kind of conclude my entire journey, because this channel will be taking a focus more into the physiotherapy side of what this channel is all about really. So thanks very much for sticking with this video. I hope you find it helpful. Please go and get your eyes tested. If you're having any symptoms at all, blurred vision, double vision, headaches, difficulty focusing, difficulty concentrating, please go and get your eyes tested. All the best. Ta-da.